Welcome to the Kosher Kitchen, lesson number 8. In the middle of a series that we began lesson 7, Brachos Basics. In Brachos Basics, lesson 7, we made fruit juice. We discussed the brachos on fruits and fruit juices. We had beets, borei pri hadamo, before you eat the beet, apple, borei pri eitz, grape, borei pri eitz, melon, borei pri hadamo. We liquefied them, put them in the blender, in a juice maker, and then we turned them into a drink. The fruit drink was the shahakol niya b'dvarei. We're going to continue today with Brachos Basics, discuss some of the concepts of Brachos when we're making a smoothie. Smoothie is basically blended fruits and vegetables into a drink. They add other things for nutritional value, for taste. People sometimes take it as a meal in place of a meal. Sometimes take it in the car to eat, to have as breakfast on the go. We're going to make a dairy smoothie. You can make a smoothie out of banana, strawberries, and melons without any dairy ingredients in them. But I'm going to make a dairy smoothie. And then that brings to the question, Rabbi, I only have a parva blender, and I want my parva blender to remain parva. I like to use it for things that I'm making with a meat meal. Can I put my milk and my yogurt to make this smoothie into this parva blender? Will it remain parva? Or you might have the other way around. I have a dairy blender. I want to make a smoothie with only non-dairy ingredients, melons and fruits, and I want to serve that at a Shabbos meal, which is a meat meal. Can I use a dairy blender? The answer to both of those is yes, you can. As long as the blender is clean, there's no remnants of any dairy product in it from before, it's been washed, and everything is cold. You're just putting in cold milk and cold yogurt, and all the ingredients are cold. There's no transfer of taste, no absorption of taste from the smoothie to the blender. The blender will remain non-dairy, will remain parv, and you'll be able to continue using it for parv. The smoothie will be dairy, but the blender that it was made in will remain parv. So the first ingredients that we're going to be putting in here, I'm going to put in some milk. You could use dairy milk, you could use almond milk, soy milk, any other milk that you want. We're going to add some yogurt as the base for our smoothie. As a sweetener, instead of using sugar or honey, I'm going to use a date paste, a homemade date paste. Now this brings it to an interesting halachic bracha question. The bracha on dates, it's a borei pri eitz. Not only it's a borei pri eitz, it's one of the 7 species that Eretz Yisrael is blessed with, shiras aminim. So the after bracha, it's not the regular borei nefashos rabos, but the mein shalosh, refer to your siddur if you need instruction as to what that is, but it's a much longer bracha for the foods and fruits that come from that Eretz Yisrael is blessed on. Dates are one of these things. Date begins as a borei pri eitz. We're going to put it in the smoothie. It's going to be liquefied. It's a shahakol niya b'dvarei once it's turned into a drink. But what about the date paste? If I were to eat this date paste by itself, it began as a borei pri eitz. It is not in the same form as it was before. At some point, when it's changed enough that it's no longer could be called a date, it would be a shahakol niya b'dvarei. At what point something becomes pureed and liquefied to lose its original blessing? Bracha is not the most clear thing. Sfardim would say that the Shulchan Aruch says if you take a date and you crush it, the bracha is still a borei pri eitz. You still could taste the pieces of date in here. I would feel comfortable making a borei pri eitz. Ashkenazim are a little bit more quick to say that it loses its form and becomes a shahakol if it's pureed into where it has no pieces in it at all. You don't really feel that any of the substance of the fruit. It becomes a shahakol. I would feel comfortable saying that this would be a borei pri eitz if you would eat it by itself. Very uncommon that you would eat it by itself. if you have something similar to this, like for example guacamole. Guacamole, you take avocado. Avocado is Bora Priya 8. You take a fork and you crush the avocado and add something to it. You use it as a spread. It still has pieces to it. It would be a Bora Priya 8. If you would puree it in the blender or in a food processor, where it loses its form, it becomes more like a puree, then probably the bracha on that would be a shahakol ni'er b'dvarei. Sometimes you're not really sure, has it transitioned yet from a Bora Priya 8 to a shahakol? You might want to show something like that to your rabbi to ask for guidance, or call him up and ask him. But once it's pureed and liquefied, it loses any substance to it, not at all a solid, then you can feel comfortable to say shahakol ni'er b'dvarei. So we're going to add some date paste to this, so we'll have a sweetener in it. And we're also, I think dates and chocolate go very well. Chocolate covered dates, chocolate dipped dates are very good. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of cocoa, I guess a heaping tablespoon of cocoa, for the chocoholics that are out there. And for some protein, some energy, put some peanut butter in. Tablespoon of peanut butter. Again, if you would eat peanut butter, spoonful of peanut butter, you make peanut butter balls and add some chocolate to it, but mostly peanut butter. What bracha would you make on peanut butter? Well, similar question to the date paste question, but over here, peanut butter is smooth. It began as peanuts, and it's mostly just ground peanuts. It began smooth, smoother than the date paste. You don't feel any pieces of peanuts in it, but it is basically just ground peanuts. It has a little bit of sugar added to a little bit of oil, but the main ingredient is the peanuts. Most people, I think, feel that on peanut butter, the bracha would be a shahakol. They can feel that it's been processed to the point that you don't really see or recognize the peanuts in it anymore, and they would feel comfortable saying a shahakol on it. There are opinions that say that the bracha is a Bora Priya Adama, but I think that's not the prevalent opinion. So I would say that I myself, if I was eating some peanut butter, would say a shahakol on it. You probably should ask your rabbi if you want to know what bracha you can make on it. There are those that say the bracha on peanut butter is a Bora Priya Adama. So we're almost finished, almost ready to make our smoothie, but one more ingredient. I'm going to call this a breakfast smoothie. So I'm going to take this in the car to take with me, and I'm going to add some rolled oats. Another halachic question. What bracha do you make on oatmeal? Well, if you take the rolled oats and you cook them, the bracha is a Bora Mine Mizonos. If you would take a raw oat, a kernel of oat, and eat it, Bora Priya Adama, it hasn't been processed into a flour and made into a bread where it would be Amotzi Lechem and Oretz. Hasn't been processed into a flour, made into a cake or a cookie where it's a Mizonos. Hasn't been cooked. Raw oats are Bora Priya Adama. If we make again, so I'm going to put this into the drink, it's going to be liquefied, so it's not anymore a Bora Priya Adama. But if you would take rolled oats and put it into a cup of milk with some sugar, so on the oats you would say Bora Priya Adama. It's not yet been cooked, so it's not a mizonos. So the most relevant question really about rolled oats is what bracha to make on granola bars. Granola bars are basically made out of rolled oats with other ingredients added, but the oats are one of the main ingredients in it. Have they been processed further in the making of the granola bar that it's not anymore a Bora Priya Adama and it's become a Bora Mine Mizonos? It's a question. There's a difference of opinions. So some people would say that on granola bars you'd make a Bora Mine Mizonos. Other people say that on granola bars you say a Bora Priya Adama. Some people say it depends on which granola bar. The ones that stick together more, the ones that have more that are stickier, those maybe are mizonos. The dried ones, or maybe are Bora Priya Adama. Ask your rabbi for guidance as to what bracha you should make on granola bars, and don't hesitate to call him. The rabbi would appreciate the question. Rabbis like to have congregants that ask him questions. But in our case, while the dates are Bora Priya 8s, And we could question what bracha you make on the date paste. In here, it's going to be a shakol. Peanut butter, the same thing. The oats, also the same thing. As an ingredient in the smoothie, where it's going to be blended and liquefied, definitely the bracha is going to be a shakol. Okay, we have our smoothie. Let's see how it came out. We put it, nice thick drink, fill up the cup, ready to take it out to the car to drink it, but I'm going to taste it now, see how it came out. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam shakol li b'dvarai. Thanks for watching.